Where are we today? Another beautiful sunshiny day in Scotland. This is the Anderston area of the city, and I didn't know whether to make another one of these videos. The last one I did, the comment section was a riot. So before I start, let's get a couple of things straight. I don't know too many of the details. I may get stuff wrong in my videos. It's an interesting dark historical site and part of Glasgow's dark past. So I think, is this St Patrick's Church in Anderston? And the guy we're going to talk about today, now here's the next thing as well, right? Or next few things. The victims' families will still be alive. The guy that did it, who I don't even want to mention his name, but when I read up on him, honestly, he was depraved and sick. Just a horrible, horrible, nasty individual. How he got away with doing what he did for the length of time he did it just astonishes me. So I don't want to go into details. I'm not going to. I'll give you a rough outline of what the guy did. What I will do is link some videos in the description below, but be warned, when I watched them I wanted to throw up. The guy was just depraved and sick to his core. So today we're going to talk about a Glasgow serial killer by the name of Peter Tobin. Now, rotten hell motherfucker. That's the first thing I would say about this guy. But the next thing I would say about him is he's got family. These people are innocent. They weren't involved in his depravity, his crimes, his viciousness, his evilness. Maybe one day one of them will be watching the video. You cannot choose whether one of your family members is a... I would hope the guy was a psychopath, because what he did was just disgusting. And as I say, I'll link this in the description. If you want to watch it, but just be warned. We're dealing with somebody that was absolutely evil. Now, somebody's going to get me in the comment section and tell me I got it wrong. I believe behind that little green door is where he whacked one of his victims. She was a Polish student that was helping out in a chapel. Now, can you get your head around about that? That showed the guy had already been done for raping and buggery of children. He'd served time for that. Then there was another 2 murders that they know about that they caught the guy with. Suspected he did very, very many more, but the one we'll talk about today, because this series is going to be Glasgow's dark past, interesting places in Glasgow's murderous history. So we'll stick to this one today, and I'm not even going to mention the poor wee soul that he murdered's name. You can find all this out in the videos that I'll link below, which are both harrowing and very, very informative. So I believe he befriended this young girl. She was late teens, early 20s. She was working in a bloody chapel, man. Think about it, you know. Obviously, she maybe wanted some extra money, but she was religious. This is a place of sanctuary, you know. I'm not a religious guy myself. Quite a happy atheist and all this type of thing. However, it's consecrated ground, isn't it? So he violently attacked a young student who came from Poland, who was helping out at the church. Then, under the cover of the darkness, or he was a handyman in the church as well. Imagine that. He was a bloody rapist and murderer. They pinned 3 on him, but they reckoned they could have done more than that. But he was working in a church. So he slaughtered this young woman. And I mean slaughtered. The beating she took was absolutely horrific. Then here's the punchline. He took her from that little garage into the church and buried her below the floor. That's on how many different levels is that just like really fucking sick? Sorry for swearing that twice in my videos, but as I said, I was thinking of doing a video series on Glasgow's dark history, and when I started reading up on these people, how did that guy get through the net? He changed his name quite a lot of the time, and this is the days before CCTV, the internet and all this type of thing, but as I say, just what a despicable, horrible human being the guy was. He worked in a church as some kind of cover that would make him a goody-goody guy. Befriended this young girl, attacked her and murdered her, then buried her under the floor in that church. That's just disgusting, isn't it? So, somebody else was moaning that I never show the good side of Glasgow. My uploads, some of the stuff in my YouTube is like a diary. It's more for myself. If we're over 500 subscribers, thank you very much for everyone that's subscribed. Some of the stuff in my YouTube is more or less a diary for myself. I said this in other videos. I don't think uploading to YouTube's a bad thing. It keeps you putting pressure on yourself. Some projects take quite a long time, and if you look back in your YouTube videos, you can say, well, I've actually done well here, keep going with it and stuff like that. Other videos are just if I'm in interesting places or meet interesting people, I'll pull the camera out. Some of them are my friends jump in for their lunches and we'll review a falafel shop or a restaurant or whatever. It's random and ad hoc. I'm not trying to be Joe Rogan. So that's just a lowdown for anybody that's just started watching them. I don't even upload that regularly. Sometimes you don't get any for a week, then other times you'll get 2 or 3 in one day. It just depends what's happening. And the things that I find funny or interesting that other people probably don't. There's loads of stuff I could do about Glasgow, you know, but I just roll with what I roll with. So anyway, to the victims of this psychopath, my heart breaks for you, you know, and the 2 videos I'll put down in the description, they are really gory. It goes into the details, it'll tell you everybody's names and stuff like that. These people may watch the video, and the last thing I want to do is make mileage out of the pain and anguish that they suffered. But Peter Tobin, man, fucking rotten hell.